So you guys, you get an idea how steep that is, and it's all rocks. It's like it goes down quite a ways. A full suspension bike is what's needed to do this. The Zizzo Liberte, just not built for it, guys. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I just realized I haven't done anything fun in a while, and it's really kind of pissing me off. So we're getting out of the city today, and we are going to be going up to the mountains to have some fun mountain biking. We will be taking the Zizzo Liberte up to the mountains to do actual proper mountain bike trails, and we're gonna see how this baby does. When I get to a quieter place, we're gonna stop and we're gonna talk about the Zizzo Liberte. And I'm gonna tell you some modifications I've made. We're gonna go ahead and climb out of Denver and get up to the mountains and test this baby out and have some fun in the process, because I'm all ready for that. The funny thing is, guys, that Denver sidewalks are like the worst. Look at this. The Zizzo and the Brompton take a beating like this all the time from these sidewalks and streets. So that's one of the reasons why I think that the Zizzo will actually do good on the mountain bike trails, because the Denver sidewalks are just as bad, if not worse, than the mountain bike trails are. We're gonna take a break at this park here. I got some hydration, and I got some extra hydration I put in the backpack because it's going to be a hot ride. We're still a good ways off from the mountains, but I thought we'd stop here at this park and I would tell you a little bit about the Zizzo Liberte, some of the modifications. This bike is pretty much bone stock, but there are a couple of modifications I want to talk to you guys about. Okay. This bike only really has 3 modifications that I've done to it. 3, that's it. I've put some 2-inch tires on it from Maxxis. These are the Maxxis Holy Rollers. So we got a little grip and a little traction for the dirt trails. Another modification that I've done to this bike is I put wider brake pads on it. They seem to be eating into the rims, which I don't like. I'm definitely gonna have to get a stronger set of rims for this bicycle, but for now, I just have the stock rims on it. The only drivetrain modifications that I've made is the 58 tooth Violetta chainring. 58 tooth, it is definitely good for riding on the road and these long trips out to the mountains. I definitely need something with a little bit more speed on them. Now, the inner ring, because I've got 2 rings on this bicycle, the inner ring is actually the original Zizzo Liberte chain ring, which is like a 48 tooth, 44 tooth, I don't know, I forget. It's a 48 tooth, I think. So that's going to be good for climbing. Now, as you can see, there's no front derailleur, so anytime I want to derail this, I have to do it by hand. I don't care about that, because when I get up to the mountains, I'm going to be primarily on this inner ring. When I'm riding up to the mountains, I'm going to be on the outer ring, so it's not like I'm going to be derailing it constantly. Now, those are the only only modifications that I've made to this bike. The 3 modifications, and that is it. Everything else is bone stock. And when we're riding it up to the mountains, we're gonna be on the original chainring. So we're gonna get a good idea how the original factory drivetrain does climbing some steep, steep hills. Oh, you've gotta be kidding me. Can you hear that? I just pulled this out just now, and now it's leaking. Oh my gosh, I swear I cannot win for losing, man. Well, it looks like the brake has turned into a repair stop, so I'm gonna have to repair this tire. I brought 2 extra tubes, and I brought some patches. I'm gonna try to patch it first since I do have a little time. I need to hydrate, I'm gonna eat a snack, and yeah, I guess hopefully we'll be back up on our way. These little goat heads are really horrible, and they're everywhere here in Colorado. That's why it's good to have sealant in your tires. I'm really worried when I get to the mountains. I'm really worried about running over stuff like this. Okay guys, snack down the hatch. I think the tire's fixed. Hopefully my patches hold. My patching is a little lackluster. I never can seem to get them to hold, but this one looks like it's holding. So let's get back on the road. We got to get to the mountains. It's starting to get late, so I have to hurry up and get to the mountains as quick as I possibly can, and hopefully without any more flats. Look at that, guys. It doesn't look like much on the camera, but that's pretty damn steep. The Jeffco open space. Info wanted: aggressive biker involved in 2 harassing incidents with equations at North. That's a heck of a climb. Guys, the GoPro does not do this justice. Wow, this is beautiful. I'm glad I took the time to come up here today. It's great. You know, Zizzo, not been bad, man. Not the best mountain bike in the world, doesn't have suspension. You know, it doesn't have bigger wheels and tires on it. But one thing that's good about the little tires is they can maneuver between the rocks and the obstacles in the trail a lot better than the bigger wheels. See, a lot of these rocks, especially when it's completely littered with rocks, you need like 29-inch plus tires to really adequately be able to go through that pretty good. You can still do it with like 26ers, but 29, you could roll over about anything. I knew that this was going to take a lot longer than I thought it was going to, so I should have brought lights, but I didn't bring lights, so I'm going to have to head back down from the mountain now. But yeah, the drone was having a real hard time flying. I wanted to get some cinematic shots, but the high winds up here was just really wreaking havoc on the drone stability, so not a good idea. And if it fell all the way down there, I probably would have never retrieved it, because I don't feel like climbing down there and getting it. So I'm gonna start heading back down, and we'll take some good footage on the way back down the mountain. There's the wipeout section. It's a good thing I didn't decide to go down this. This is a little too hard for the Zizzo, guys. A little too hard. I'm gonna have to pick up the bike and kind of carry it down this far. I could probably do this, but I really don't want to beat up the Zizzo on the way down. This is pretty hard stuff. And to tell you the honest to God truth, this is full suspension trail right here. And as you guys know, the Zizzo is not a full suspension bike. So there is no way that Zizzo is gonna make it down here in one piece. And likewise, I won't make it down in one piece. All right, we might be able to take it from here. See, if Zizzo made like a full suspension with disc brakes, it would be a lot better. But this kind of blows goats. I'm gonna lower our dropper seat post here because I feel like I'm gonna go over the handlebars. Yeah, that's definitely better. Whoa. Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, how I miss suspension. You gotta be stupid to try this out. 20-inch tire mountain bike, or 20-inch tire folding bike. Pedal strike sucks in this area, guys. All these big boulders sticking up, you got to really watch pedal strike. You got to almost keep your pedals level because it will not work otherwise. And we are sliding all over the place. See, without suspension, guys, this stuff sucks. Yeah. Pedal strike. damn it.
Two hours later.
That was a ride. Okay guys, I am filthy dirty. I mean, my legs are dirty and scratched up. I'm filthy dirty. I've got sweat lines. Oh, I'm just filthy dirty. I need to get in there and get a shower, get cleaned up, and then I need to go get something to eat. And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about the Zizzo Liberte and how it did on the trails. Okay, the Zizzo Liberte did really, really well on the trail, guys. Was it perfect? No. There are things about this bike that I think did better than my full-size mountain bikes ever did. One, the maneuverability. You know, when I went around a hairpin turn, I did it so much easier on the Zizzo Liberte with a shorter wheelbase than I ever did with any of my mountain bikes. When there was huge obstacles and rocks, I was able to get around it pretty good. The only thing is if the rocks were tall, the pedal strike was a problem because the pedals do get really kind of close to the ground. So yeah, that was a problem. The wheels and tires, traction wise, it did really well. Jumping, you know, it did really well. The brakes sucked. I really need to get a better set of brakes and a better set of wheels for this. These wheels seem to be getting scarred up a lot from the braking, but like I said, I'm gonna put a different set of V-brakes on this bike, and I'm gonna get a wider set of wheels and a few other little odds and ends. The gearing did more than fine. I mean, as far as riding home, the bigger gear was great. The smaller gear was great for the climbing. Yeah, I think it did really, really well. You know, and that's the thing. A lot of people, I know a lot of you guys don't like watching the Zizzo Liberte or the Zizzo Forte or any of the Zizzo videos that I make. You're all about the Brompton, and I am too, guys. But let me tell you something. Brompton can't do what this bike just did today. Brompton, I mean, maybe you could ride a Brompton up there, maybe, but I doubt it. And if anything, you can't ride a Brompton up there without damaging it big time. This bike right here did it. I mean, it didn't do it well. I mean, without suspension, you're getting beat up, so you can't really go very fast on the downhills and stuff, but at least I was able to get up there and ride and enjoy the view and all that stuff. I did damage the pedal. I think the pedal is going out on this thing, so I have to put a better set of pedals. That's to be expected though. Even my Zizzo Forte, I had to replace the pedals on it. These pedals can't take a lot of stress, but yeah, and the cool thing also about this bike is it has its own inbuilt dropper post. So whenever I had to go downhill or down a steep hill, I would just lower the post down. So that was really cool. If this bike had suspension and it had some disc brakes, I would be just totally happy. And that's what I was saying, man. If somebody would make a bike that's like this one, just like this one, with some suspension, at least some front suspension and some disc brakes, perfect. But like I said, this one did okay. It did the job, and that's all that matters. I know we're all about the Bromptons, right? But at the same time, if you want to do any off-road riding, if you want to go on mountain bike rides and stuff like that, and you still want to keep the small footprint of a folder, you know, you're gonna have to have a bike that at least can do it. This bike can do it. It's just, it's not great, you know what I'm saying? But it can do it. So I had fun today. I enjoyed the ride. Like I said, some of it was really scary with the way the suspension and handling on this bike was on, you know, some of those big boulders and rocks. But other than that, I had a really, really good time. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Just enjoying your day and enjoying the ride and just being up there, you know what I mean? So overall, I'm very impressed with the bike. I am. I just gotta get these brakes fixed before they kill me, so. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I gotta get something to eat, get all my stuff ready for tomorrow. But if you guys have any comments or questions or any things you wanna say, leave it down in the comments section below. Slap a like on the video if you like it, and I will talk with you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.